that again?
I was wondering if you'd be willing to do a video interview so we can show our fans with peaceful policing how sheriffs can leave peaceful people alone, ignore the politicians' dictates, and make the community safer. I was wondering if you'd be willing to do a Zoom interview on video.
What's your organization?
It's peacefulpolice.com. What we do is we train police. We train police and how to do peaceful policing. I'm sorry, there's just like some background noise. Is there a way we could set up a time to do a Zoom interview, Mr. Carpenter?
In regards to what?
Well, I'd like to discuss how you can do peaceful policing with your deputies and create a safer community by not using politicians' dictates as an excuse to punish peaceful people. We're looking for a sheriff that'll come out and try peaceful policing, and we provide all the materials you need to get your deputies on board. And what they do is they use their discretion to leave peaceful people alone, no matter what laws they've broken, as long as they've done no harm. Does that sound good to you?
I'm going to have to look into your organization some more first.
Well, that's fine. Is there a time I could call you back? Maybe we have a better connection.
Yeah, you can call me next week if you'd like.
Okay, what time's good for you? I like mornings.
I'll be tied up all next Monday morning, but you can probably call me Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning sounds good. I sure appreciate your time.
All right, have a good day.
Talk to you then. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
You set up an appointment. You set up an appointment for a Tuesday.
Yeah, man, that went pretty good. What do you think, Dean?
Well, I get a little annoyed with him. Ask, do you really have a website set up? Because he's going to look.
Yeah, there's hardly anything there. I wish somebody would put something on there, but there's a paragraph or two. I need to, you know,
but
you know anybody that's good at websites and need help.
Alternately, though, that shouldn't matter. You're one of the people. He should be talking to you. You know what I mean? Unless
Well,
he's going to say,
I'm
well,
just,
you're not in my area, so he's not going to talk to you. But whatever, that's on him.
Well, even over the broken connection, I'm surprised I got that far, you know, because I couldn't hear him. I kept hearing a message playing.
I heard the message too. There was some weird connection there.
Yeah. So that was just very awkward, but I needed that experience. It felt good. We're getting
all
started.
I'm saying is from his perspective, who cares where you're from? You're calling him, you're wanting to talk to him. He's a fucking public official. Talk, asshole.
Right? I want to come up with something better though. Like,
all right.
Like I want a little bit of background on him, maybe, you know, where I could bring that up. Like I see that you've been part of this association or whatever that helps peaceful people, you know what I mean? Kind of build them up a little bit. So if you look up the next one, if you could Google his name and just see what he brags about, I'd like to throw it back at him at first. And we need a better connection. That was frustrating.
Okay, I agree. So yeah, we got to work out the tech situation.
That's okay. We're getting going, man. I'm feeling good. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Okay, here we go.
How about this? You know, I'm Robert. I'm with Peaceful Policing, and I was just wondering, how do you feel about peaceful policing?
There you go.
All right, get them in the mode.
Okay, this next guy's name is Robert Norris. How about that?
Norris. Okay. You know, I got to get a pen here. This sucks. Who has pens anymore? Ah,
Command staff. There we go. He goes by Bob, it looks like, but okay, there it is.
got a pen, no paper. Would you say Norris?
Yeah, Sheriff Robert Norris.
Here, I got like nothing to write on.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
You good, Robert? Can you hear me, Robert?
I don't hear anything other than
Can you
you.
hear me? Okay, here it comes.
Please hang up and dial 911. Please listen to your choices since they have changed. You may also visit our website at www.kcsheriff.com to file certain reports that have no suspect information and no evidence to be collected. To report a crime or another matter requiring a deputy sheriff but not an emergency, press 1. To contact animal control, press 2. To contact the records section regarding concealed carry process, fingerprinting, or records requests, press 3. To contact detectives, press 4. For evidence and property release, press 5. For jail booking, warrants, and work release, press 6. For questions regarding writs, subpoenas, and other court paperwork, service for civil, press 7. Please note, civil employees are unable to provide legal advice. For VIN checks, press 8. For administration, press 9. For Office of Emergency Management, press
Do
0.
administration.
Please wait while I transfer your call. Sheriff's Office, how can I help you?
Yes, hi, my name's Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Policing. I was wanting to talk to the sheriff if he has a moment, please.
One moment.
And that's why I need to write it down. I forgot his name already. Norris?
Robert Norris. Bob.
Yes,
Hello?
hi, is this Sheriff Norris?
No,
Sheriff
this is
Norris?
what can I do for you?
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Are you there?
Yeah, I just got a bad connection. What's your name? My name's Robert Landen. I was looking to
my
talk
name's
to the sheriff.
Sergeant Will Clinkafoos.
Oh, hi, Sergeant. How you doing today?
Good. What can I do for you?
Yeah, I was hoping to have a talk with Sheriff Norris. I'm with Peaceful Policing, and I'd like to try to get an interview with him on, I hear he's going against the governor's mandates. Is that true?
Yes and no. Why don't we do this? How about if I give you my email address, and if you could send that request to me, and I will forward it to the sheriff.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Is there a chance I could get a phone on the phone with him, make an appointment to talk to him?
Yeah. So what we do is I screen all of that through email first. If you could just shoot me an email of who you are, who you're with, and what you're requesting, and then I will follow up with you and see what we can do to get something set up.
Okay, so you can't just call up and talk to the sheriff.
No.
Okay,
No.
all right.
And he just doesn't sit around. Yeah, he just doesn't sit around in his office waiting for phone calls. He's pretty booked up most days with appointments and meetings, and they're just starting the budget cycle, and so everything's very busy. So we kind of have to fit people in as we can.
Okay, I see how that is. How do you feel about peaceful policing?
About what?
Peaceful policing, where you don't arrest anybody if they've done no harm.
Well, of course we want peaceful policing. I don't know I would assume the other side of that would be violent policing, and I wouldn't be for that. So I mean, that's
Well, that's
I'm not sure
great.
what you're referring to.
Well, I'm referring to ignoring the politicians' dictates if no harm has been done,
Right.
right?
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
good idea, right?
Yeah. Well, like I said, let me give you an email address and shoot me an email with who you are, who you represent, what your request is, and I'll be in touch and we'll see if we can get something set up for you.
That sounds great. I'll do that. What's the email address?
Okay. My email address is W, and then the last name spelled KLINKE, F as in Frank, and then U and then S as in Sam, and that's at kcgov.us.
All right, that sounds good. I'll send you an email and we'll hook up later. It's sure nice meeting you.
Yes, sir. Talk to you later. Thank you.
Take care. Have a good day. Oh,
Nice. That was a little bit better.
right? It'll get better. We'll get them.
I mean, it's great. He's like, I would assume the opposite of peaceful policing is violent policing.
Right?
That's
I wanted to jump on that, but you can't do that too early.
Yes.
What do you think, Dean?
Yeah, I got cut out. I got a phone call and it cut out the Zoom call, so I didn't catch a lot of that. Sorry.
Oh, that was a good one. You get next one.
Yeah. Okay. So
Next.
that was next.
You got notes on that? You got the email address?
I wrote the email address. Did you?
I don't have a paper. I got a pen. I got no paper.
Well, good thing I'm back here. Write it down.
Yeah, but write some notes. What was his name? I didn't even catch it. It was hard to hear.
Clinkenfluss. That was this guy's name.
Is that Colonel Clinkenfluss?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like to me. I didn't. Okay. All right. Now we got.
I just don't want to forget the connection that him and I had and what he said when I call back again.
His connection was he's screening for the sheriff, and
Right.
I mean that's fair enough. Okay, then I got Sheriff Bill Rasco out of Idaho. Here we go.
Damn, I need paper. Oh, here. All right, what is it again?
This guy is Sheriff Bill Rasco.
All right, I got it right there.
Okay,
See,
Bill Rasco. Here we go.
on the side of a breakfast carton.
DeSoto County Administration, how may I direct your call?
Yes, hi. Could I speak with Sheriff Bill Rasco, please?
Hold on, please.
Thank you.
Okay, Sheriff's Department, how may I direct your call?
Yes, I'd like to speak with Sheriff Bill Rasco, please.
Oh, one moment.
You have reached the office of Sheriff Bill Rasco. Please leave your name, phone number, and a brief message. I will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Policing, and I was hoping to talk to you a few minutes about the de-escalation training and peaceful policing for your deputies. If you could give me a call back at 407-520-1303, I'd greatly appreciate it. My name again is Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Police. You have a great day. All right, I need a break. Not a long break, just I don't want to
Yeah,
be
mental-
like on
mental
edge
break?
for a minute. I
Okay.
just don't want to be on that edge for a second. Phew. Need Gatorade and some water splashed on my face.
I know. There's some water on her face.
Oh, we'll get them.
Okay, I'm gonna try someone too here.
Who is this?
This is John Grossnickel.
Gross nickel? Like a disgusting dollar, but a gross nickel?
Yeah, not a gross dime or a gross quarter, John Grossnickel.
Gross nickel. Oh, his first name's John?
Yes.
I wish they were getting like, you know, dozens of calls like this a day. If I
Right.
get more people out there doing this.
Right. No, this would be very powerful. We just got to be able to figure out the process of getting through and then what to say and finding some common ground with these guys. Really, the politicians, as you point out, you know, nobody likes these politicians. So
Right. This would be better though in person because they can't hang up or take a message or screen their calls. You know, like if you go out there and find out where the sheriff is for that day, maybe he's at a function or something. And then you just go there and ask him to, it's okay to record. I'm with peaceful policing. What else was I going to say? De-escalation, because they're used to that. That's what I threw in there last time. So
Okay.
I do de-escalation training, and that should be something that they'd be interested, unless you can think of something better.
de-escalation. De-escalation, I would say some community success relations or something. You're a liaison between the people and the sheriff department.
That's a good one.
Because you say you are.
Liaison.
Okay, here we go. John Grossnickel. Here we go.
You have reached the Sweetwater County government offices. For information about vehicles or property, press 1. For information about legal matters, press 2. To speak to the sheriff's office, press 3. To speak to a commission, you have reached the Sweetwater County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you need to speak to an officer or dispatch, press 1. To contact the detention center, press 2. To speak to a detective or the evidence division, or for information about sex offenders, press 3. If you have questions about abandoned vehicles, press 4. To request a copy of a report, press 5. If you have questions about paper service, titles, or foreclosures, press 6. For warrants, press 7. To speak to administration, press 8.
Hey,
Wait while I transfer your call.
administration, baby.
Sheriff's Felicia.
Yes, hi. Can I speak with Sheriff John Grossnickel? I hear he's interested in peaceful policing. I'm with Peaceful Police. My name's Robert Landen.
Oh, hang on just 1 second. You're with Diesel Police?
Excuse me?
What was the name? Who are you with?
Peaceful Police. It's a good name, right?
Sure. Hang on just 1 second.
Sure.
There you go.
Sweetwater County Sheriff's Office. I'm unable to take your call at the moment, but if you leave your name and number, I will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, good morning, Sheriff. My name is Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Policing. We work with sheriffs to get their deputies to help them in their de-escalation and being peaceful with people. And I understand you were going against the mandates, and it'd be really interesting to all our fans if you could have a chat with us on the phone, or better yet, a Zoom call. Please call me back at 407-520-1303. My name's Robert Landen, Peaceful Police. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day. Kind of
To send this.
Okay.
kind of developing a movement as we're going, huh? Like trying to come up with how I'm going to form this. Whatever it takes to get him on board, to get him to call. I'd love for him to do a Zoom interview like Joe Lopez, you know, so people can see the reaction on their face. If I would have went another half hour with Lopez, it would have been golden. But,
Right.
you know, he tucked his tail and ran right after he made his confession.
Yeah. Well, he was running for office, so he had a different motive, it seems.
Yeah.
Versus like these other sheriffs that, I don't know, maybe going to try to build relationships.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do, is give them something, like offer them a platform for their opinions on peaceful policing.
Right.
And if I can get them in the peaceful mode when we start, then I can get that commitment to a peaceful, well, not a peaceful resolution. This way it would be a commitment to training his deputies to use their discretion and leave peaceful people alone regardless of the laws that have been broken.
Right.
And it may take a while to get him to that level, you know. This is different than talking to him on the side of the road, or, you know, getting pulled over.
Yeah, this is much safer.
Yeah, right. But it's a little frustrating because I'd rather be right in their face. They can't, you know, they have to answer when they're standing there, or walk away in embarrassment. You know, the pressure's on to provide an answer.
Sheriff Ryan Lee from Wyoming. Here we go.
You don't need me on camera. Wait, Ryan Lee? Did you say Lee?
Yes, Ryan Lee, Wyoming, Fremont County. Ryan Lee.
L-E-E?
Yes.
Any background on him? What did he do? Did he go against the mandates?
Yes, on the mandates. I don't know why that one didn't go through. Let's try again. Yeah, these I'm basically Googling the sheriffs, finding out which ones said publicly they're not going to enforce the mandates. And these have been the guys so far. No, Stacy, we haven't called the Santa Cruz or Santa Clara County sheriffs yet, because those guys haven't came out and said they're going.
Sheriff's office. Hello.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. My name's Robert Landen. Can I speak with Sheriff Ryan Lee, please?
I'm going to do his secretary, just a moment.
Thank you.
Sheriff's office, this is Eileen.
Yes, good morning. Can I speak with Sheriff Ryan Lee, please?
I'm not sure if he's back there. I'll go back and check. Could I tell him he's calling?
That'd be great. My name's Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Policing.
I'm sorry, you're with who?
Peaceful Policing. Peaceful Police? Can you hear me? Peaceful Police. Robert
I can
Landen.
hardly hear you. Yeah, I can hardly hear you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Peaceful Police. My name's Robert Landen.
Albert Landon. You must be on speaker. That's because it's kind of echoing. Albert
Oh,
Landon,
I'm
and you're
sorry.
with what?
Peaceful Police. Peaceful police?
Hold on a second. Something police is all, like I said, it's echoing.
Peaceful.
Peaceful police. Is that what you called it? Peaceful police?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if he's back there.
Peaceful police. That's it. Yay. Man, peaceful police like 6 times. I don't.
We got to figure out the connection here. I just muted myself here. I'm unmuting now.
Okay, he is not back there, but I can surely be his voicemail.
That'd be great. What's your name?
My name is Eileen.
Eileen. Thank you very much.
Did you want his voicemail?
Sure. Unless you want to take a message, have him call me.
Hold on just a moment.
Okay.
Hello, this is Fremont County Sheriff Ryan Lee. Sorry I missed your call. If you can leave a name and a number, I'll get back with you as soon as I can. Have a great day. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Yes. Hi, Sheriff Ryan Lee. This is Robert Landen with Peaceful Policing, and we're doing online interviews with sheriffs that have decided to ignore the politicians' dictates and police their community peacefully. And we'd like to hear from you. Please give me a call back at 407-520-1303. And thank you for the great work, sir. I don't know. Did I even say my name? I forget.
Yeah, you did. She called you Albert Landon, so I think that was close enough.
Dude, we gotta
you know
get
what,
this
though?
audio thing worked out.
You know what we need, Robert, is or for your peaceful thing is when you say peaceful police, you need like a 5 or 7 word tagline. Hey, yeah, we're with peaceful police and we do XYZ for the community, so they know who we are. Just an idea.
That'll work. No, that'll work. Just don't call anyone right now. Give me 5 minutes, 10 minutes here. You're killing me.
Okay, break time.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I want to discuss it. I just don't want to be on the stage right now for a few minutes. Let's stretch my back out here. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of developing this as I'm going. I would like it to be, I'm drawing off of what I've done. I've won deputies over, so I'm just kind of going at the angle that I trained deputies, and now I've kind of gone into our fans want to hear from you. I thought that'd be a good one.
Right.
And what was yours again? What was that one you just said?
Oh, just that having a little tagline, peaceful police, helping sheriffs, helping law enforcement stay peaceful, or helping law enforcement stay integrity or uphold their oaths or something like that, where it's even beyond the oaths, man. So
peaceful police, peaceful police. We won't brutalize you for disobedience.
That's great. Yeah. Helping law enforcement be moral people.
Yeah, helping them be the people they're supposed to be, right?
Right.
Oh, call me. I forget which sheriff that was, though. But there's the last one. I think Grossman or Grossnickel.
Oh, he called back?
This was Sergeant Maurer calling on his behalf, asking me about it. And at the end, he loved it. And he says, "This is great." He goes, I'll do what I can. Well, we're going to get him to talk to you. So it went really well. And so I expect to hear back from, I'm going to email him the Joe Lopez interview.
Nice.
He couldn't find it. He was searching for it and couldn't find it.
Yeah. Yeah. We work on these things. So you could have like a quick message, like a media kit with links and stuff. So they say, well, who are you and what do you do? You're like, boom, right there. You have
I know. I
automatic.
wish I had all that set up, but like I said, I just got that peaceful police with the one pair. It's not very impressive. Just some random thoughts I threw up there. I wish I had something, a nice presentation on there, to keep reeling them in.
Okay,
If
ready?
anyone knows how to build websites, I'm looking for someone to build that website for me.
Right. Okay, you want to try Utah County now?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. This is Mike Smith, Sheriff Mike Smith.
Trying to think of a way to work in, getting a commitment right now over the phone from them. But, it takes time. You got to warm up a little bit. You can't just go right into it. You scare them off.
Yep. Okay, here we go.
You have reached the Utah County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. To reach Utah Valley Dispatch, please hang up and dial 801-794-3970. For the Sheriff's Office directory, please listen to the following options and determine the division or office that is needed. For Utah County Jail, press 2. For records and criminal histories, press 3. For patrol, press 4. For civil process and warrants, press 5. For investigations, press 6. For emergency services and wildland fire, press 7. For administration and administrative support, press 8. For Sheriff Mike Smith, press 1. For Under Sheriff Buffett,
Sheriff Mike Smith.
Mike Smith.
The person at extension 4001 is unavailable. Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key.
Yes, hi. I'm looking for Sheriff Mike Smith. Could you please have him call me back? My name is Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Police. Number's 407-520-1303. Thank you and have a great day.
Over and out.
Takes a lot of work.
To track down these guys.
Yeah, man. That's why it's easier just to find them where they're at and walk right up to them.
Right.
I mean, I'd like to go to city council meetings or county commission meetings and I'll have their attention then. It's so hard to get through to them this way, but we're getting good, man. This Sergeant Maurer, he loved it, man. He was like, yeah, let's do this. I was like, if he goes against the governor's dictate, then why wouldn't he go against the rest of the politicians' dictate and leave peaceful people alone? He goes, I'm all for it. I think it recorded, but it might not have recorded him when I have these earbuds in. It only hears my side.
Mm.
It records only my side. Want to try another one?
Yeah. Oh, we're going to call Texas now.
So I'm offering them a chance to be on Zoom and share with our audience their views on peaceful policing. How's that sound?
Well, that sounds great. I mean, you can probably, dovetail it into, you've decided not to enforce the mask mandate. Can you talk a little bit about your mindset and your reasoning to do that? And then he'll talk about how it's violating people's rights and maybe his oath. And then you say, well, since you brought that up, why not go all the way and do, fully?
Well, no, you had the right track. And then we go into how it violates his moral principles, right? Right now we get him to commit to that, to say now those things you went against those because it goes against your moral principles, correct? Right? And you wouldn't go against your moral principles, would you? Right? So if you found out that a deputy was punishing a peaceful person for disobedience, that would go against your moral principles, correct? Or you'll work it from the back way. And then they'll realize that that's pretty much their job.
That's what their oaths say. That's what everything is.
Yeah, you wouldn't want them to do that, would you? Well,
Right.
That's what they're doing every day. Oh, I didn't even know about this whole guy getting killed in the riots and all that going on for the last few days. I didn't even know that was happening.
Yeah, some lady she had a stun gun and shot him while he was handcuffed and killed him.
Well, no, I'm talking about the one where the woman shot him in the car. Isn't that why they're rioting? Just trying to get back in the car? She thought it was a taser. She shot him.
Yes.
And now the place is burning down. I had no idea any of that shit was going on.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't watch the news.
they just foment more division, more race division, and so we can be divided and conquered.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. Any reason to fight each other.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, this is Tracy Murphy, Sheriff Tracy Murphy.
Is that a man or a woman?
Thank you for calling
Man.
the Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911.
This is an emergency.
Lima Ocho. If you need the jail, press 1. Warrant, press 2. Criminal Investigation Division, press 3. Jail record, press 4. Fire Marshal's Office, press 5. Juvenile detention, press 6. Or for all other police-related inquiries, press 9.
Wait while I transfer your call.
I should email him right away.
Landen County Sheriff's Office, this is Brandon. Do you have an emergency?
No, I was looking to speak with Sheriff Murphy.
I can get you transferred over to the administrative side there.
I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Landen County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, good morning. Can I speak with Sheriff Murphy, please?
He is unavailable. Can I take a message?
Yes, my name is Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Police.
And what police?
Peaceful Police.
Peaceful Police. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good name, right?
Uh-huh. What would this be regarding?
I would like to speak with Sheriff Murphy about peaceful policing. I think that my audience would be intrigued with his opinion. I see he's gone against the mandate. I don't know if you're for or against that. Do you support the sheriff in that manner?
I don't know. Let me public relations.
Excuse me?
Captain, I'm going to transfer you to Captain Hinojosa. He's over public relations.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like fun.
Okay, great. Hang on one second.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Captain Inahosa with the Denton County Sheriff's Office. I am unable to answer the telephone at this time. If you would please leave your name, number, and a short message, I'll call you back as soon as possible. Thank you.
Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Yes, hi. I would like to speak with Sheriff Murphy when I get a chance to do a phone interview or a Zoom interview. My name's Robert Landen. My phone number is 407-520-1303. My audience is excited to hear from the sheriff. Could you please give me a call back as soon as possible? Thank you. Have a great day.
All right.
I wish I would have caught that Mauer's first name. I'm writing him an email right now and sending him the Joe Lopez interview.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah, this is a good one. This is the guy we want to talk to. I have his sergeant all on board, ready to win over the sheriff.
Kelly.
That's great, man. I had him on board in less than 3 minutes.
Okay, this is Sheriff Kelly Leben. I'm not sure if that's a male or female, but let me check. Okay, it's a he.
Okay. Can you look up this sergeant's first
Calling the
name?
Burley County Sheriff's Department. If you are calling for the jail, please dial 2. For all other inquiries, remain on the line. Thank you.
Well, Robert.
Please wait
That's
while I try
Sergeant
to-
Mauer. Is there a way you can look that up? It must be on the.
Burley County Sheriff's Department. Hello?
You're not there, Robert? Somebody else must have called him.
Kelly. Hello?
Hello, is this Sheriff Leben?
Yes.
Yes, hi, this is Robert Landon. I'm with Peaceful Police, and I'm trying to reach out to the sheriff to get them to help us get the sheriffs to be, or the deputies to be more peaceful with the people. And I was just wondering, is there a chance we could do like a Zoom interview sometime?
Okay, who is this?
My name's Robert Landon. I'm with Peaceful Police. We do like a radio show, and we introduce deputies and police and sheriffs into peaceful policing and just get their opinions. And I know you stood against the mandate, so I was wondering if you would entertain an interview with our audience to show how we can work better with the community and peaceful policing rather than what's going on lately. Would you be interested?
Well, I'll tell you what, depending when you do it, I probably would. So what are you looking at?
Like a Zoom interview, just log on to Zoom. I'll send you a link. I just need your email address, and then we could be on video and just discuss peaceful policing. Fair enough?
Yeah, well, can you send me some information, like what organization and all that, or a website I can go to? But yeah, I'd be interested.
Absolutely. I mean, you have no problem ignoring the governor's dictates, right? You came out against the mandate?
Actually, no, I didn't ignore the governor's dictate. we were one of the counties that did state that basically between education and enforcement, we would follow the mandate.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I was misinformed. I thought you went against the mandates, but I still imagine that you were for your deputies using their discretion and not charging anyone if no harm's been done. Is that correct?
Well, I mean, again, each situation is different, and you know, I can tell you what we did direct our deputies to do was to use good judgment and common sense. You know, but the thing is that mandate, in my opinion, was legally enacted, and you know, I don't believe as sheriff I can pick and choose which laws I'm going to enforce when it's a law that was enacted through our legislative process. You know, but obviously we don't want people doing things, you know, what we try to avoid is we don't want, like what I see happening across the country, you know, you take the Chauvin trial going on, you have an officer that got involved because there was a counterfeit bill passed, and obviously things escalated. And, you know, that's the type of situation we're trying to avoid. I could actually give you the name of a couple sheriffs that said they wouldn't enforce the mandate, if that would help you.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Who you got?
The one sheriff is Matt Johansson, and he's out of McKenzie County, North Dakota. His number is, give me a second. His office is 701-444-3654.
You said you had
And the
another
other
one?
sheriff is Corey Lee out of Stark County, North Dakota. And Corey's number is 701-456-7610.
Okay, and so you said you would enforce the mandate, right?
Yes.
I was just wondering how personally you could morally justify that.
Well, because this job, in my opinion, and I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Robert Landen. My name's Robert.
Okay. So, Robert, here's my thoughts. You know, like I've always said, and I've been in this job for 31 years, not as sheriff, but in law enforcement. I said, my job's, you know, a lot of what I do in this job doesn't come down to my personal beliefs. It comes down to the rule of law. And so basically, you know, unfortunately, there's times I may have personal opinions one way or another on a situation, but it's not up to my personal opinion. It's up to the oath I take to enforce the law, as long as it's a lawful and legal law. And in North Dakota, our governor and our state health officer, along with many other officials in the state, had that authority under North Dakota Century Code to enact a mask mandate.
Okay, I was just wondering though, you said that your moral principles are not included in that, right? It's just whatever the law is, but you do have discretion, right? You teach the deputies that they have discretion.
Yes, but I don't think, Robert, we can say as a law enforcement officer that when we use our discretion, what we're trying to do is what's in the best interest of the people we serve. And so I don't know if we ever would want to get into a situation where we give blanket discretion to just not enforce a certain law. Now, black and white enforcement of every law is not good for the communities we serve either. But I mean, there's people in the communities that don't think I should enforce the DUI law. But I'm not going to sit and say to arrest everybody for DUI. What I'm going to tell our officers is to use good judgment in their discretion. With discretion comes great responsibility.
Well, can I ask you, if a deputy used his discretion to leave someone alone who's done no harm, but they broke the law, would that deputy be punished?
No, they make decisions every day out there based on good judgment and the facts that are presented to them. So that's why I'm saying I don't think a blanket, we're not going to enforce a law, period. I mean, you know, North Dakota, I don't know what you know about North Dakota, but a lot of people don't agree with the seatbelt law. You know, but it is a law created by a legislature. And that's where I say, in every given circumstance, does every officer write every ticket that they come across a violation? No. But what I also don't want is our officers that are using selective enforcement. You know, we're neutral fact finders. And so, I mean, if we have a situation where the officer felt it was in the best interest to issue a citation or to not issue a citation, as long as they're using good judgment and sound principles, we're going to support that officer making that decision out there.
Well, that's great. Go ahead.
The same as we would if they, on a DUI stop, if they felt it was in the best interest of that DUI stop not to take somebody into jail, we would support them on that.
Okay, that's great. So if you had a deputy who refused to give out citations or arrest people who have done no harm, where there's no victim, you would support that?
If they refused, no, I don't think I could support that, because if we have deputies that refuse to do their duty, I don't know how we could support them in the job. And
no, I'm saying if they use their discretion to not sign a citation, even though the law was broken, but the person they're talking to was a peaceful person and did no harm. So you wouldn't support that?
Not a flat out refusal, no, I wouldn't, sir. I mean, because there's a lot of victimless crimes that we enforce the law on. And so for a deputy to just flat out refuse to enforce a law that he didn't agree with, I think that's a bad road for us to go down.
Well, I mean, how could you morally justify threatening to harm a peaceful person just for disobeying a dictate?
Because it was a lawful dictate. We arrest people daily for violating laws they don't believe in or don't think they should have to follow. The fact whether or not there's a victim of a crime in itself, there's a lot of laws that are created nationwide that we expect people to follow in a peaceful society.
Yeah, but if there's been no harm, how can you morally justify harming them?
But, sir, it's a lawful law.
Right, but I'm asking you on a personal level. I mean, I'm sure you're a very moral person. You know, you have good moral principles. So how can you morally justify threatening to harm peaceful people for disobedience?
You know, and I think I've answered your question. If, again, there's a lot of laws that we enact a burn ban in North Dakota. If somebody starts a fire but doesn't harm anybody, they still violated that burn ban.
Okay, so you're saying that it's okay to harm people who do something that might cause harm.
What I'm saying is we have a duty to do do a job that sometimes we don't agree with.
Right, but isn't their discretion, your deputy's discretion, based on their moral principles, whether they're going to arrest somebody who's done no harm or not, and then they can decide for themselves, right? Based on their moral principles.
No, I would disagree with you, sir. And we're kind of beating a dead horse here. The bottom line is we're all hired to do a job. We're entrusted by the communities we serve. And if that's, obviously I'm very well aware the mask mandate is a very controversial subject, but we have people on both sides of that issue. And again, this is a job where, in my opinion, we have to leave our personal beliefs as much as you can disassociate, which we want officers to not compromise their morals and values, but I think everybody comes here to serve. And so, no, we don't, each of the deputies that work, when you talk about discretion, they take that discretion from the agency they're employed from. It's not any magical power they're given. So I don't believe we can just pick and choose the laws we enforce.
Well, I mean, there's been laws, like slavery was legal, right? And I'm sure you don't agree with that. And I mean, there's apartheid legal. There's a lot of immoral things that are legalized. Don't you agree?
Oh, I would agree. And definitely in a different time, than the times we're living in today, obviously. But I think we got to agree to disagree on this.
Well, I don't think so. I was just really wanting to know your personal opinion, for you to morally justify it, and you keep saying the law. Well, the law is politicians' opinion, but I'm wondering how you yourself can agree with these things, morally justify threatening to harm peaceful people just because they're disobedient.
Well, I think that's kind of you're asking me whether I want to be in a job where I enforce laws, but then not enforce laws.
Well, no, I'd like you to be in a job where you protect peaceful people, even from the politicians. Wouldn't that make you feel better?
But I think we're a nation of laws. So, you know what? I'm actually in the middle of something, Robert. If you can send me some stuff, but I mean,
absolutely.
We might have different opinions here.
Well, we can still meet in them somewhere. Can we set up another call?
Well, why don't you send me your contact information and who you're with, and give me a chance to review it, and then you can call me back.
That sounds great. It was great talking to you. Thank you for your time. What's your email address?
It's KLEBEN at Burleigh, BURLEIGH, SD for Sheriff's Department.com.
All right. That sounds good. It was nice talking to you. And I think that you don't have to agree to disagree. I think we just have to agree that we need to talk about this a little bit more. And I'll send you what I have. And I hope to talk to you in the future real soon. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I appreciate the call, sir.
Thank you for your time.
That's
great.
Bye-bye.
You have a great day, my friend. Take care.
Take care, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Not bad, man. Not bad.
Right?
He was
I
a nice
disagree.
guy.
I disagree. That was awful. I mean, that guy's basically saying, I wanted to ask the guy, so if the legislature said you could start shooting people randomly, would you go out and just follow the law because the legislature said so? I mean, that's how he's talking. It's really pathetic.
Well, it's just the first call. Calm down. We'll get them.
I would say what he's saying is not the law. Our codes and statutes are not law. The law is do no harm, asshole. That's the law you're supposed to uphold.
I know, he
Oh,
was a
man,
tyrant, right?
That's scary. Oh, well, somebody told me to, so I'm doing it, dude. We can't be piecemeal and stuff here. I can't follow my moral dictates because I got a job to do.
He sounds old too. He sounds old
Yeah, that
too,
didn't work
man.
in
It's just
fucking Nazi
surprising.
Germany. That didn't work in Germany either. So I don't know why anybody thinks that way now. That's scary.
Yeah, he's a tough nut to crack, but I'm not going to give up, man. I'm going to call him again. I'm going to try to win him over. He's got a lot of issues.
That programming, man, that statism, man, that statism runs deep.
I know those confessions were great. That he would just come right out and say that. Yes, it is scary, but hell, he at least admitted it. Good. I should have thanked him for admitting his Nazi tendencies.
But see, then that would close his mind and you wouldn't get a second crack at it, huh?
Yeah, that's my
Right?
problem is I'm going to come up with inflammatory questions they don't want to answer.
I got him talking though.
Yeah, that was great.
Well, give me a break here, man. Quit throwing them at me so fast.
You need a break?
Ugh. No, I mean I can keep talking. Just I don't want to be on stage for a minute, and you're calling like crazy. We'll do another call here. Just give me like 5 minutes. We can still discuss that call because that was interesting. I didn't really expect so many admissions, such a confession from the guy. Whatever the politicians say, I do, man. That's what you got to do. That
right.
I should have went deeper into that. Well, why?
How do you ask that question strategically, right? Like Dean just said, so if they say that you're allowed to, property tax is another diabolical extortion racket, but they say, oh, if the politicians say you hit a checkpoint every 10 miles throughout your county for a COVID vaccine certificate, are you going to do that because that's
the law? I think he would. Yeah, I think he would. I think he'd go door to door collecting guns if they told him to.
That's a great another example. Yeah, a theoretical.
Yeah, but you see what this does though? It gets them to expose themselves as the pricks that they really are.
Yeah.
Well, what he said was that he had this, he's got this, he doesn't see his own contradictions when he's talking about, it's his job to protect the community, but you don't protect the community by throwing individual community members in a cage with no fucking crime. I mean, it just doesn't, that's a contradiction right there.
That's one that I use often. It's like, how you morally justify harming peaceful people, right? How you're gonna throw them in a cage for disobedience. So tell me, how does that protect me or peaceful people? Tell me how locking me up in a cage protects me.
Or anybody for that matter. I mean, it's not like he's protecting the rest of the people from you because you're not harming
I'm talking about when I was on the side of the road with these guys, it's a different situation.
But that's their idea. Their idea is that if you're not licensed and registered with insurance, you're a danger and they got to protect everybody from you, even though you haven't harmed anybody.
Right, but if you would remind them that they're there to protect peaceful people, which is what I usually start out with, right? Like you enjoy protecting peaceful people from violence, right? So how does locking me in a cage protect me?
Right.
And if you're not harming anybody, how does that protect anybody else? And what protection did they need if you weren't doing anything to them in the first place?
Well, if they're going to claim that locking me in a cage protects society, then well, I need names. How many people, what people are being protected and in what way? What evidence do you have that there was even a threat of harm? You can get into all that.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point.
I want to know the harm that's going to be done if you don't harm me. Or can we just both walk away peacefully? Fair enough. Cops usually walk away. But this is different, right? We're talking to these guys, these sheriffs, and I'm trying to create an angle here to get them talking. And that went good. The guy was talking. He loved talking. That sheriff loved talking more than I do.
I think you made him a little uncomfortable too, because I think he realized that you were kind of boxing him in on some level.
Yep. Yeah.
He went to a statist answer instead of the moral answer.
Yeah. He didn't want to answer the question because I was going to ask him again, but I don't want to push him too much. I want to get another call with him, but I was going to ask him again. You know, I just want to hear your moral justification. Because you see how he just kept going around that question. You know, they don't want to answer it because they can't answer it. Nobody can answer it. I haven't found one person in 10 years of doing this that can morally justify threatening to harm peaceful people for disobedience. Oh, it's the law. It's the law.
But that didn't stop them.
Justify all kinds of evil by just saying it's the law. I'm asking you personally, how can you morally if you watch the Joe Lopez interview, I had to ask him like 3 times. I finally had to say, look, you're on the witness stand and I'm asking you this question, right? And there's a jury there. What are you going to tell the jury? And he finally broke down and said, I can't morally justify it. Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear. I mean, the law is just supposed to be based on moral, you know, on punishing immoral people. So talking about morals shouldn't be so, what do you mean morals? They did that to me in court. Morals have nothing to do with it. Really? You're trying to punish me because you're saying I'm immoral for disobeying a politician's dictate. I'm wondering how you can morally justify harming a peaceful person. They don't like that. New judge.
Well, and then I would bring up the fact that he's talking about, well, if they made that law, I have to follow it. And then I'd be like, so you know each and every law they've made, because there's a lot of them on the books.
Yeah, but you know, I have all
really
those
enforce
things.
that?
I have all those things, but there's a time for those things. You know, I can't keep talking to them if I shut them down like that. You know what I mean? We're dealing with psychopaths, man. Imagine they're on the therapy chair where they're supposed to be, going through therapy and being deprogrammed from all this crap that's in their brain. You can't throw day 2 on day 1. It's a slow process. You know, he's got to mull this stuff over. Trust me, he's thinking about it right now. Unless he's a real evil prick and just blew the whole thing off. But, you know, usually this is lasting. And yes, what you're saying is true. I just can't bring it up on the first meeting.
And this
right?
is why I'm not a salesman. I actually had a girlfriend once tell me that every time we argued, I'd go for the jugular because I go straight to the point.
Oh, you're in sales
you're
prevention.
around it. Huh?
You're in sales prevention. I see.
Yeah.
You're with the sales prevention department.
I guess. Not by intent.
You got to take your time, man. You know what we're doing here isn't what I'm saying. When you have a run-in with the police, it'll be a different way of doing it. What I'm doing here is trying to win them over to get an interview on Zoom, and really win them over to start training their deputies to ignore all the politicians' dictate and use your discretion and leave peaceful people alone. If we can get a whole sheriff's department to do that, man, that's a game changer, man. That's an example for all the other sheriff's departments to follow. So like I said, you know, on the side of the road, it's a different way of doing it. You know, I'm actually like creating this as we go. I don't know what I'm going to say to them. I'm just going to try to think of stuff to say to them that'll keep them on the line, get them talking, and start discussing these things. I mean, I even threw a couple of them at them that were pretty harsh, right? There's a little push in the ones that I did throw at him. And look how he reacted to those. You know, I mean, he was sweating a little bit there.
Yeah, you could tell.
I count how many uhs. Well, I could say this. I could say that. I'm going to say this. They're going through the list of what they could say. Kind of funny. Oh, it's so much fun. That was a good call. I liked it, man. I'm glad that guy kept talking. And all those admissions are pretty crazy. That's another thing. I try to get them to avoid taking a stand on anything with the law or their job or procedures. Because once they come out and say, it's my job, I have to do it, you know, then it's hard to get them off that commitment. When I'm trying to get them to commit to peaceful resolution, and they've already committed to be an obedient slave or an obedient, you know, house. You know, I guess I don't want to say that. House boy. Anyway, what are we doing? We doing another call? Anybody else got anything to say? I can't see who's on here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we can do another call here, but if anybody else wants to make some comments, I thank you for joining us, Cheryl and Stacy. Thanks for that link. Hey, Elizabeth, Teresa, Julia.
Was that the Elizabeth that wanted to do this?
No, that was Christina. I messaged her. I'm not sure if she got it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to her if you find her.
Yeah, I found her on Instagram. So I'll make sure I reach out to her.
What do you think, David?
I think it's great. I think, yeah, I think it was great to pull out that conversation, and then the guy basically did the interview with you right there. He spent, 10 minutes with you. And I think, yeah, we just want to reveal their moral code or compass. It's already tattooed on their heart, I think, like, where is their line? And that one sheriff obviously didn't have a line. He would just do whatever the government says, the politicians, because it's the rule of law. Yeah, I think it's a great position to talk to the law enforcement about this. I mean, this is a conversation for the people in out there in the world. When do you ignore government or not? But when you guys have the badges and the guns, you guys have more of a reason to ignore the politicians. So anyways, I think it was good.
I should have asked him that. How do you feel about the politicians? I think he loves them. But he is a politician. He's one of them.
Yes.
Did you get his email address? I have nothing to write. I couldn't.
Yeah, if you gave it to me, yes. K Leben at Berlin. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I want to email him. If you could text that to me.
But then we get back to the question: what really is the law? And if they're basically having to swear an oath to uphold the Constitution, that's the law they're supposed to be fucking enforcing, not these statutes and dictates. That's the thing I don't get. How he knows he had to take that oath. He knows the Constitution is a thing, but yet he's willfully saying, I'm going to ignore what the constitutional provisions are because what the legislators say must be okay. I mean, that's completely ignorant right there.
Oh yeah, I know, man. I mean, I would like to get into that stuff with them, but I can't get into any of that stuff until I can get a commitment from them to being peaceful. I don't want to talk about those things if I can't get him to say, yes, I agree, and yeah, I would commit to peace. That's what I did with this Sergeant Mauer when he called me, that he was committed to peaceful resolution. Some of these cops, these sheriffs, whatever you want to call them, deputies, whatever, they're some of them are scared too, right? I mean, they're like, they wanted to take a job where they're going to be treated like a hero, and now they're being treated like shit, and they don't know why. And now I'm trying to get them to understand why, because they can't morally justify punishing peaceful people for disobeying these damn dictates. And when I say dictate, I mean every freaking law that's on their law, right? That's on the books. Those are dictates. Nobody consented to any of those. I almost got into that with him. Was where I was going to ask him. I said, well, now you believe that consent is important, right? When it comes to anything, right? You got to have consent when it comes to relationships. I don't want to say sex. The guy sounded old. So we go relationships. Using someone's property, right? You got to have consent. And so, like, if somebody had rules for you to obey, your consent would be important. It'd be critical, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's right in the Constitution that government gets their powers from the consent of the governed.
Right. What I'm saying, though, is get him to commit to consent on a third-party story right? Get them to commit to that. Yes, you need consent when it comes to that. Then when we talk about these so-called laws, I can say, well, earlier you said consent was required for, if you're going to obey someone's rules. Like if your neighbor wants you to obey his rules, you need consent, right? Yes. Okay, now I got that commitment. That's ammunition for me. All right, once I got that, then I can go into these politicians' rules that they keep coming up with and calling laws, right? These are just dictates because there's no consent. Fair enough. Then they'll be like, oh, yeah, I guess so. And it's going to be hard for them to accept that, but they have to. You know what I mean? This is a slow process of getting them to come to an understanding. I can't just shove the truth down their throat. They're just going to hang up. They're just going to ignore me. So, you got to be delicate, man. I got them on the therapy couch. Give me some time and I'll get all that in there.
Right. Okay. Great point. Okay, Stacy, what you got? You have a question or a comment?
Hi, sorry, I had to unmute myself. Thank you guys for doing this stuff. I actually have to get off the call, but I wanted to just really make sure to touch base about how he mentioned the mask mandate and how that is a controversial subject, because that's such a huge issue across the country, people getting arrested for it, people, myself and friends having, being escorted out of grocery stores for not wearing a mask. If it's possible to just make sure to say there is no mask law, or ask them, is there a mask law? We asked the sheriff in Salinas the other day, and the sheriff didn't know. And it's like, you're a law enforcement person, and you talk about enforcing laws. And when I'm asking you if there's a law about something that's been going on for a year now, over a year, and you don't know, that's kind of ridiculous, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's asinine. In my opinion, it's psychopath. You got to be a psychopath to mandate or to threaten peaceful people to harm them just because they're not wearing a mask. Look, if you don't like people without a mask, stay away from them.
Exactly.
Don't go near them. But no, these masked people go right up to them, don't they? The cops go right up to them, grab on them, chain them up, cage them up like they're rabid animals. It's absolute insanity. It's asinine, and no one can morally justify it. And I'm disgusted with what they're doing. Now let's get them disgusted with what they're doing.
Exactly.
Well, we got to ask. We got to put the peaceful option on the table, and we got to ask them to morally justify what they're doing. They can him and haw all they want, and they can try to avoid the question, but it's still on the table. If you can't morally justify it, then don't do it. I mean, it's that simple. You have discretion. You can walk away anytime you want. Boy, that other sheriff, man, I feel sorry for his deputies. What a prick. Was his name Levin?
Yeah.
Jesus. What a tyrant. Man, he'd throw you in a cage. He'd throw you in a cage if his puppet master told him to.
Right.
I should have built him up. I should have said, you're the highest law of the land right there, right? I mean, that county, there's no higher law than you. Is that not true, Sheriff Levin? Yes, I am the highest law. Build them up a little bit.
Yeah, this will be a good one, man. I'm good. Let's call some North Carolina ones. You good? You ready to rock one more? A couple more or something?
North Carolina, sure. They'll probably be more receptive.
Yeah, so there was 8 counties that consciously did not enforce the mask mandate, and we got one of them right here.
How did we end up with that guy? He didn't go against the mandate. How did you find him, Levin?
I guess they didn't enforce it. What did he say?
He says
education. No, I guess the Google search was that they're using education rather than enforcement. But anyways.
Well, I could have used that.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like you're more for the education rather than the enforcement. So why would you support peaceful people being punished?
Right.
Or how could you morally justify that? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Go ahead. Next call.
Okay, there we go. This is Darren Campbell. We're calling Sheriff Darren Campbell.
I'm running out of room on my box top. Make a note on here to get more paper.
Arnold County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, good morning. Can I speak with Sheriff? Yes, good morning. Can I speak with Sheriff Darren Campbell, please?
I can get you transferred to his secretary. I don't know where he's at the moment. She may know, okay?
All right, that'd be great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming, Stacy.
This is actually Revan from Arnold County Sheriff's Office. I can't get to the phone right now. Please leave your name and number, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you. Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Yes, hi, my name's Robert Landen with Peaceful Police. I'm looking to do an interview with Sheriff Darren Campbell. Could you please give me a call back at 407-520-1303? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right.
I'm gonna get all these calls.
I was gonna say, yeah, we made about 15 calls or so. So you want to take a break and
I'm giving my phone number out to the world.
well, I'm not publishing this yet.
Yeah, I would edit it highly if you do. I mean,
Yeah,
it'll get better. I mean, we do it again, it'll get better. It'd be nice if we just had him on the phone and then publish that. Like that segment with him, that would be good if you just cut that out. You know.
Right. Yeah. Well, once we get our editing team up, we'll do all these things. I just wanted to
Editing
record it
team.
just in case we catch a gold nugget. You know, we got it recorded. And he's like, "Oh yeah, absolutely."
The gold nugget was that sergeant. Where was it? The sergeant that called me back. The hell is his name?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, man, he was all on board. He loved it. He's all excited about getting a hold of the sheriff and doing something. But I was kind of hoping for being able to win him over, you know, but that's okay. We'll get him. Just taking a lot more work than I thought it would. I thought we'd get more of them on the phone. We only got one.
Yeah. Well, you want to do one more or take a break here? It's about almost 11 o'clock my time.
We can do one more, and then I'd like to take a break. But let's do one more.
Let's do one more. Okay.
While I'm in this mode. Ooh. Let's party. I wish I'd remembered to shut the earbuds off and talk to him on the speaker. That would have recorded.
Yeah.
But when I have these in, it only records me and not the other person. That sucks. That was a good one. But I made a good connection. Where's he with anyway?
What?
This Grossnickel. Where is that?
Sheriff Grossnickel?
Yeah, where is he? Is he out by you?
No, 307 area code. I don't know where that is. Okay, here we go. This is
Wyoming.
Wyoming. There you go. Gaston County. Alan Cloninger. His name is Alan Cloninger.
Did you find easier names?
Yeah.
Did he come out against the mandates?
Yeah, what was the other one? Shufflecluss. What was the guy's name?
What did you say? Shufflecluss?
No, Klinklefuss. Klinklefuss.
Colonel Crinklefuss to us.
Okay,
Colonel
Alan
Clink for
Cloninger.
short.
Here you go. Alan
Cloninger.
Cloninger.
Hello, and thank you for calling the Gaston County Sheriff's Office. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. The new operation hours for administrative offices, including gun permits, is Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays. Gun permits is also open until 8 p.m. on Tuesdays. To reach someone in the administrative offices or to speak to Sheriff Alan Cloninger, press 1. For jail information and visitation.
Cloninger.
Cloninger.
Sheriff's Office, this is Ivana. May I help you?
Yes, good morning. Could I speak with Sheriff Cloninger, please?
He's not in. Is there anyone else that can help you?
Well, I don't know. You might be able to help. My name's Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Police. Do you support peaceful policing?
I'm sorry, say that. Say that again.
I said, my name's Robert Landen. I'm with Peaceful Police. I was wondering if you support peaceful policing.
I can't, I can hear you. You said peaceful policing.
Yeah, peaceful policing. I was wondering if you supported that.
Yeah,
What's your name?
policing is peaceful.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Would you like to speak to one of the deputies or the supervisors?
Yeah, how about a supervisor? That'd be good. What's your name?
Okay, in Yvonne front desk. What
Yvonne?
area? We have the jail. We have the jail. We have the road deputies. What area would you like?
Well, I would like a supervisor that's over top of the deputies who, you know, pull people over and whatnot. One of those supervisors would be nice.
Let me give you supervisor of the road. Could you hold, please?
Thank you. Sure. Thank you, Yvonne.
Thank you. Thank you.
You reached the desk of Field Operations Sergeant Lawrence and Sergeant Sanford. We're unable to take your call at this time. Leave a message and we'll call you back as soon as we can. Thank you.
Please leave a message at the tone. When finished, you may hang up or press pound for additional options.
Yes, hi, this is Robert Landen with Peaceful Policing. I would appreciate a call back as soon as possible. My phone number is 407-520-1303. My name is Robert Landen. Again, we're talking about peaceful policing, and we'd just like the chance to discuss this with you at your earliest convenience. Thank you. Have a great day. All right. All right, I'm spent, man. That's a lot of.
That's a lot of brain power. Very nice. Okay, well, cool, man. We'll I guess we'll
get there.
Yeah, we'll work out the words and maybe review the video.